My name is Ian McLean and I'm the Managing Director of John Smedley Limited. I'm a member of the family that owns John Smedley, and I'm the first family member to run the business since my great-grandfather did in the 1950s. John Smedley has been in existence since 1784. We were founded right at the very beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and that makes us more than 225 years old. We put an extraordinary amount of effort into finding the very best raw materials in the world to start from, because if you don't start with the right raw materials, you're never going to end up with a great garment. And through our experience with spinning, dyeing, treating, combing and finishing the products, knowledge which is built up over generations in the staff that we employ, we believe we can produce the finest garments in the world. The manufacturing of a John Smedley garment starts when the first raw materials come into the factory. Then they go into knitting, and the knitting process is either done on a group of traditional flatbed knitting machines or a more modern knitting plant where individual machines will produce individual garments which can have either greater colour content and greater design content like cabling or argyle patterns of different types. Some of the garments are then dyed and washed by ourselves. The spring water that we have in the area coming from springs up above us in the valley is integral to producing dyes that are very colour fast, so that the performance of the garments is excellent when you're either washing them or ironing them or using them in any way. The different components of the garment, the ribs and the cuffs and the collars, are not just sewn together, they are specifically linked, and that's a process which requires great skill by the person who's doing it, because each thread on one part of the garment is linked directly to a thread on another. Finally, the garments travel into the final making up area where the John Smedley logos, labels and packaging are added before the garments end up in the warehouse. So we've gone back into our archive and looked for examples in our previous history where we have used logoing as an important part of our collections. That's given us perfect validation to reintroduce John Smedley sportswear today. It really hasn't dated at all, so it's been very easy for us to pick up not just the logo of the Jaybird, but also the idea of John Smedley sportswear and reintroduce it today. John Smedley is a successful business, and I believe that the core brand values that we share are so strong that we will continue to make the same garments as we've been making for many decades, far into the future.